Imagine spending billions of dollars on a ship whose only mission is to fight one of nature's most powerful forces, ice. Not the thin ice on your windshield, but massive frozen barriers stretching across the Arctic Ocean, walls of ice so thick and strong they can crush ordinary ships. Today, we're exploring the world of heavy icebreakers, the most powerful ships ever built for survival. We'll uncover the engineering behind them, why the United States is struggling to build new ones, and how Russia has gained a major advantage with its fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers. To understand their importance, we first need to understand their enemy. Arctic sea ice is unlike anything most people have seen. Every winter, new ice forms across the ocean's surface. This first-year ice can already be several feet thick. But the real challenge is multi-year ice. Unlike seasonal ice, multi-year ice survives summer. Over time, it becomes denser, harder, and stronger as salt gradually leaves its structure. Some sections grow more than 10 feet thick, reaching strengths comparable to concrete. A normal ship striking such ice would likely be destroyed. That's why icebreakers are built differently from every other ship. While most vessels have sharp bows designed to cut through water efficiently, icebreakers feature wide, rounded bows that resemble giant spoons. Contrary to popular belief, icebreakers don't slice through ice, they crush it. The ship rides up onto the ice using its momentum. Once thousands of tons of steel rest on top of the frozen surface, gravity forces the ice downward until it cracks apart beneath the vessel. This works because ice is surprisingly weak when bent, even though it can withstand enormous pressure from the sides. Of course, repeatedly smashing into thick ice creates another challenge. The ship itself must survive the punishment. Heavy icebreakers use specially engineered steel that remains strong in extreme cold. In key areas, thick armor plating protects the hull from impacts, while a network of reinforced steel ribs distributes the enormous forces generated during ice-breaking operations. But strength alone isn't enough. Ice creates tremendous friction. Without special solutions, even a powerful ship can become trapped. To reduce resistance, icebreakers use low-friction hull coatings and advanced air bubbler systems. These systems pump air beneath the vessel, creating a layer of water and bubbles that helps the ship slide through ice more easily. If the ship still becomes stuck, ballast tanks rapidly shift hundreds of tons of water from side to side, rocking the vessel and helping break free from surrounding ice. Then comes power. Icebreakers don't need high speed. They need raw force. Most modern icebreakers use diesel-electric propulsion. Diesel engines generate electricity, which powers massive electric motors connected to the propellers. Electric motors deliver enormous torque even at very low speeds, making them ideal for pushing through thick ice. Russia has taken this concept even further by using nuclear reactors. These reactors provide huge amounts of energy and allow ships to operate for years without refueling, an enormous advantage in the remote Arctic. Combine specialized steel, reinforced structures, electric propulsion, air bubbler systems, ballast controls, and unique hull designs, and you get one of the most complex ships ever built. And complexity means cost. The United States learned this while attempting to modernize its aging fleet. Its primary heavy icebreaker, the Polar Star, entered service in 1976 and is approaching 50 years old. To replace aging vessels, the U.S. launched a program to build 3 new heavy icebreakers, originally estimated at around $3.2 billion. The project faced rising material costs, supply chain issues, design changes, and workforce shortages, because America had not built a heavy icebreaker in decades. Much of the specialized knowledge and industrial capability had diminished. As a result, projected costs climbed to more than $5 billion to strengthen future shipbuilding efforts. The United States, Canada, and Finland formed a partnership known as the Ice Pact, aimed at expanding expertise and accelerating icebreaker production, while America works to rebuild its fleet. Russia already holds a significant advantage. The country operates more than 40 icebreakers, including the world's only fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers. For Russia, the Arctic is far more than a frozen wilderness. It contains vast reserves of oil and natural gas, as well as one of the most important shipping routes of the future. the Northern Sea Route. This corridor runs along Russia's Arctic coast and can reduce travel times between Europe and Asia by up to 40% compared to traditional southern routes. But there's a catch. Without powerful icebreakers, many sections remain too dangerous for commercial shipping. Russia's icebreaker fleet keeps these routes open, escorting cargo ships through waters that would otherwise be impassable. This gives Moscow enormous influence over one of the world's emerging trade corridors. As Arctic conditions continue to change and global trade expands, the region is becoming increasingly important. What once seemed like a remote frozen wilderness is rapidly turning into a strategic economic highway, and at the center of this transformation are icebreakers. They are more than ships. They are tools of national power, instruments of economic influence, and keys to the future of Arctic trade. The battle for the Arctic is already underway, and the nations that build the strongest icebreaker fleets may shape global commerce for decades to come.